As a lifelong Flint Township resident, you have a strong attachment to the community, unlike the other candidates. Why do you think that Flint Township is so special to you and your family?
Well, being the only candidate for Flint Township Clerk that's lived in the community my entire life, I'm passionate about this community. I actually care about what happens to the residents here and wanting to make it a safer place to live, work, and raise a family. I grew up right down the road from Carmen High School, where my dad's a retired Flint Township police officer, and my mom worked as a nurse at McLaren Hospital, and now my brother is a head varsity baseball coach for one of the local high schools. My family gives back to this community. My family has always been part of this community and will always continue to be part of this community. You know, I graduated from Carmen in 2005. I went away to college in Midland where I majored in business management and marketing. And when I was looking to see where I wanted to move to after college, my heart just brought me back to Flint Township. I wanted to come back, make this place a better place. And when I was sitting down with my family this year and talking about what was going on in our community, you know, we kind of came to the conclusion that Flint Township needs some better politicians. They don't need just politicians, they need community leaders, people who are vested in this community to stand up and have their voices heard and fight so that way you as residents can have your voices heard on the township board. That's what I want to do. I want to make our community safer. I want to add more police officers and firefighters to our community, make sure that all of our 3 fire stations are manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want to increase our road funding, make sure that all of our roads are safe for not only you to drive on, but for our school buses to drive your children to and from school every day. I want to increase voter registration, and I want to increase voter turnout at the polls. Part of that is coming into our local high schools like Carmen Ainsworth, sitting down with the sophomores, juniors, and seniors in high school and talking to them about the importance of voting and having their voices heard and why their voices do matter. I hear time and time again from 18 to 29-year-olds saying, you know, that they don't vote because they feel like their voices don't matter, their vote doesn't count. Well, I want to get into the Flint Township Clerk position and tell them and show them that their voices do matter, at least to me they do. You know, I want to sit down with them and show them this is how you vote, this is where you vote. It doesn't matter if you live in Flint Township, if you move away and you come back or you move to a different state, having your voice heard, being part of your community is extremely important. From there, I want to work with Baker College and some of the other local community colleges and develop an app that our residents can opt in with their cell phone numbers. The day before, the day of the election, we as a township would be able to send them a text message reminder saying tomorrow's election day. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Here's a link to the Secretary of State's office with your voting location along with a sample ballot so you know who's on the ballot. I hear from too many people that they forget. They get wrapped up in their lives, they get wrapped up in what's going on, you know, in their everyday, and they forget to vote. You know, if somebody were just to remind them the day before, the day of, they'd probably get out there and go vote and have their voices heard. To me, that's the responsibility of the Flint Township Clerk, and that's a responsibility that I'm going to take to heart, and I'm going to work every single day to make sure that every resident has their voice heard in Flint Township.